What's up, everybody? This is the last episode for this semester of I Finally Made It. So this is the last episode with us together. Me, Ashley G, and Mac Diesel. We are here. We're trying to get into it just because we have so much to say and so little time, literally. For me, I'll be graduating next week. So
You ready?
No. Man, I've been trying to make the final preparations on what I'm gonna actually wear to graduation and all this stuff, and make sure I got all my I's dotted and T's crossed. And
yeah, definitely. Yeah, please do that. Please.
Just because, once it's here, and there's no turning back.
Oh man.
But today we kind of just want to, like I kind of said, give you guys our final farewell. Our last hoorah. Well, at least for me, for sure. Mac should be back. Make sure you're looking out next semester for whatever Mac is gonna drop, because I know it's gonna be good and I know he's gonna bring it. So make sure you guys still tune in next semester, because it's gonna be another iteration of I Finally Made It, because Mac is actually gonna be making it this time.
Right.
For sure. And for me, I just really enjoyed being able to start the show and be a participant of the show and maybe pass it on in some kind of way and inspire some other people. So let's get into it. Let's hear it. What's your closing thoughts? How do you feel everything has come to the end, the climax, or actually going into your last bit? And it's not that much going into your last bit. How do you feel?
I feel a little bit of relief, not completely, but partially, just because there are some things that I still have to do. But as far as what I've accomplished so far, it's been very humbling for me. I feel myself, as time goes on, I'm going in a great direction with what I'm doing. And what I want to do next is, even with continuing this podcast and when I graduate, going on and making my own show, it's in due time. Those things are coming, but they're on the way. But it's just been it's been a very different experience, very testing semester. So it thickened my skin a little bit, but
oh yes, thick skin.
Overall, it was good. I think I'm not satisfied with the semester, but I'm okay.
Okay, I'm putting you on the spot. Favorite moment from the semester right now?
Favorite moment?
Well, not even just from the semester, from your entire time here that you've been at TSU.
It's a good question. It's a great question. I think just the growth.
Ooh,
just the growth. Growth.
Exactly. That's college though, man.
Oh my gosh. I never thought it was going to be this much, but it was a lot. It was so much. And the maturity level as well as I'm telling you, I never thought I would be this much more mature than I was before. It's amazing to see the growth. So, just to sum that up, it's just been great.
Worst moment?
Finding out I had 23 credits missing.
I saw that one coming.
Easy.
Saw that one coming.
That's the worst moment I've ever experienced here. Like,
yeah, I can imagine so.
That hurt my feelings, crushed my soul. But you got to take it and just keep it pushing, pray on it.
But that's like probably one of the biggest things we've said over and over this semester in this show is when things don't go your way, or if something isn't exactly how you want it, it's not how you expected it to be, or you need a different result than what you're getting currently. You have to just stop, think about it, make a plan, and then execute it, and just go for it. Because a lot of people, they get to a position where that controversy strikes them, and then they give up. And it's like, you can't give up in the face of adversity.
Right.
Because as soon as you do that, then there's literally no chance of you moving forward in life, because there's always going to be something that's going to stand in your way. Always. There's always going to be an obstacle. And what separates great people from mediocre people is being able to go past those obstacles and just try and fight through those obstacles. And no one is saying it's going to be easy, but that's why it's so hard to be great.
I 100% agree. That adversity thing, I think that's probably one of the most, how do I phrase that? It's one of the greatest things about life is having adversity and, knowing how to handle it in certain circumstances. One example with me, just the credits, like that was something big for me. And I didn't expect it to happen, but I know when things like that happen, you have to have a strong mind, I guess you could say.
Yes, your will.
Yeah, like
that's where you have to put your soul into it.
You got to put your big boy, big girl pants on and just get busy, because it's gonna keep happening, whether it's back to back or every few times. Like it
happens.
It's just a learning experience, really, and the more you learn to adapt to it, the better you become under pressure, in a sense.
Yes, and that's kind of what the college experience is about. And so when people go through all their 4 years and feel like there's things that are incomplete from their experience, I implore those people to self-reflect on what did they actually do to try and make the experience the best that it possibly could be. Mm-hmm. A lot of those people, they didn't necessarily. And granted, the other majority of those people are the ones that are trying to get into their industries, but those industries aren't paying them a sufficient amount.
Right.
And so that's really frustrating when you have like a master's degree, a professional degree, and you're trying to get into your field and all they want to offer you is entry-level positions. And I'm not exactly sure why that is for some fields, because it's not like that for all fields. It's not like that in every industry. I want to make that very clear. It's not like that in every industry where you have to start from the ground level as soon as you graduate, because it's not like that for everyone. But for the ones that it is very unfortunate. And it does make it to where, you may not want to try after that. It's like, I've already put in so much effort, but all I can say to those people is just a little bit more. You've done this much, just a little bit more. I know it's terrible, right? Mm-hmm. It's terrible that you have to put yourself through these things just to get a little bit of an ounce of what society keeps pounding into your head is possible. Just to get a little bit of a taste of it, you have to work so hard for it. And you find yourself putting yourself in debt and doing all these different things. And I understand that, but you're investing in yourself in the end. So just always just make sure you keep that in mind, is that while things may not be going your way throughout your college experience or even after your college experience, you got to keep pushing. Otherwise, all of it was for nothing.
Right. Don't ever give up on yourself when things get tough, because that's just how life works. You're going to get these tough obstacles at the end of the day. But like I said, how you look at it and how you handle it is going to predict your outcome in the end. So,
yes, I completely agree with that. Anything else? Your college experience? Is there anyone you would like to thank, or to just say, like, wow, you've really changed me, or you really inspired me, and someone who's like really like brought themselves into your life and has really made a big difference?
So let me see. I've had a lot of great teachers. So I can't remember everybody's name, but
that's fine. That's fine.
I remember when I first started, I had I can't remember her name.
Well, go with the ones you remember.
Okay, yeah.
Go with the ones you remember. Yeah, come on.
First, I would say Professor Val. One of the a great person, a great motivation for me. She allowed me to be myself, my true authentic self. She also inspired me to I can't even describe it, just grind, really, like just the way she carried herself and how she was talking to me and just being real with me and realistic. It really made me look at life differently, and for that I'm forever grateful, because you don't have a lot of people like that in this world that'll just be completely honest and, raw and uncut. I'm not saying that she's, crazy or anything, you know what I'm saying? No, not at all. But she's just passionate about helping students get to where they're trying to go. And that's something that I'm forever, again, grateful for, because I didn't have all of that, not all the time, but just to have somebody else talk to me the way she talked to me was a great experience.
Yes.
Who else? Professor Duncan, if he's a professor,
Dr. Duncan.
Dr. Duncan. Oh man, another great example. As far as a male presence, he definitely. Oh man! Again, I don't know how to put it into words. It's
speechless.
It's exactly
Speechless.
That's really all it is. Speechless words. Like, he's been a great male presence. Definitely someone I can go to if I need help, if I need someone to talk about anything. The door is always open. Email. If you need to call him. But just someone that I know I can ask questions, or if I need advice, someone I can go to. Great human being. Do I have anybody else? I mean, of course, you're great as well.
Oh,
you know what
my
I'm saying?
God, you didn't even have to go there.
You
didn't even have to go there.
I'm just appreciative of the fact that you were willing to take time out of your busy schedule, because I know you got a lot going on.
Everybody says that. It's not as much as y'all think. I'm not unapproachable. I promise. I'm not that bad.
Yeah, no, but in all seriousness, I'm glad we were able to do this, and I'm happy it was, with somebody like you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we be on the same level most of the time. You know what I mean? And it's just cool. I think it's just so cool. And then for you to, pass this down on to me so I can pass it down on to somebody else, it's just, the torch just keeps going and going and going. So I'm appreciative. That's all I can say.
Man, my heart right now. I'm warm, fuzzy. I'm feeling it. But that's what we were trying to bring with this episode, is that warm, fuzzy feeling.
The warm fuzziness.
But no, that's for sure. That I'm right there with you with Val, Professor Val, just being such a pillar for everything that I've learned here and the experiences that I've been able to get. I mean, she's been phenomenal, amazing, like one of the best people I've ever met in my life. And the fact that it took me going here to meet her, I think made the entire experience worth it. And I know that's like a lot to say about a person, but when I tell you that she's made that much of a difference in so many students' lives, I know people have heard this saying, like, a servant to your craft. She is a servant to her craft. She will give everything to this job and to these students. And that is the one thing I don't think I could ever thank her for enough, because she has been so amazing. But anyway, right? Anyway, let me get to, I guess, my closing farewell, how I feel about the whole situation at the end. I'll be honest. My last semester, I haven't spent very much time on campus, and that's probably similar for a lot of seniors. You know, your last semester, you're about to get out of here. You're not necessarily spending so much time
Right.
on campus anymore. You're not necessarily spending a whole lot of time around the people that you were kind of in classes with, besides in class every like once a week, maybe. But I guess I could say from the time that I've been here, like this last semester, how I really feel, because last semester I definitely had much more negative feelings. And that's because I was trying to do so much and I wasn't necessarily getting those same feelings reciprocated, or that same effort reciprocated back to me. And I think that put me in kind of this place mentally where I kind of closed myself off to where I didn't want to do more. All I have to say is, don't ever let someone like make you feel like you shouldn't do more. Always do more. Like, if you can, do it. And like, don't worry about all the other people. Don't worry about the noise. Don't worry about who's letting you down, because at the end of the day, it's on you.
Right.
And if you want to make something of yourself, then you do it. It's not about what someone else has, or what gear they have, or what their plans are, or if they have time in their schedule or whatever. It's about what you have time for. It's about what you're willing to sacrifice, and it's about what you really want ultimately at the end of the day. So I just want anyone who's ever watched this show, or is watching this farewell episode, or is watching anything that has to do with KTSU 2, just make sure you understand that the people that are putting their time and effort into this content and all the things that they're doing, they're really thinking about their future. And this show has been me reflecting on my past so I can build towards my future. And I just want everyone to just always, always, always just be better. Just be better. Because if you just try and be better every single day, and you're putting out the most that you can without overwhelming yourself, I guarantee you will get to your goals. But you have to set them, and you have to set them high and achievable.
Yeah.
Be realistic.
Yes.
But
please.
set your goals high. Make yourself have to jump for those things.
Right.
Because if you're never taking risks, if you don't take risks, you're not. There's chances that you're not going to get to the places that you actually want to get to without the risk. Because there's always going to be things that seem scary or seem like, I don't know if I can do it. But that's just the fear that's trying to stop you from getting to your dreams. And so just please, always, always just go. Just stay on go.
At all times.
Like, I love that I got to come to TSU. I think it has been an amazing experience. And there's so many things that I want for this university. There's so many things that I want for the students here. When COVID happened and everything just kind of went on pause, it really felt like it stopped a lot of the progress and momentum that we had. But I feel like it's up to these new students coming in to find that momentum again, find that pride in your department again, find that want to be better, and push everyone around you to want to be better. Because one thing that is going to make more than just one person great in an entire department is when everyone's pushing to be great, then everyone has that expectation to do something better than what they're doing. And so when you build a strong school of communications, everyone in it gets better. Not just a few at the top, but everyone. And I want the department to do so much more for these students, because they can do so much more and they're capable of so much more. And I just want everyone out there to understand that we can do anything that anyone else is doing.
Right.
And it doesn't really matter if we have certain things or if we have certain gear, certain equipment, or money. While all those things would be very beneficial, we have a lot of resources here already that aren't utilized to their maximum capacity that people are passing up on that could be such a benefit. And if you aren't utilizing it and no one is utilizing it, then how is anyone getting better? And so one thing, as a senior or someone leaving, they always implore you to leave the school better than when you first started. And I'll be honest, I kind of feel like I kind of failed on that because I don't know if I've done enough to mentor and take on the underclassmen on a level to where they can be better and feel the roles that, some of the upperclassmen are in now, or some of the seniors are in now. And so I do regret that. And I wish I could have spent more time with some of the younger students and been able to give them more and teach them more or help them more or something. But we are here at the end. And ultimately, I did have to be selfish because this is my life. And that's probably the summation of my entire time here, is just learning that I had to be selfish and put as much as I could into myself and to build up my toolbox and try and convert that into an actual career. So I appreciate everything that has ever happened here. And also the fact that I've been able to build this ideology in my mind where I know that now if I just make sure I try and actually go for what it is that I want, I can achieve it. Nothing seems impossible anymore. Since being here, nothing seems impossible. I just have this mindset where it's like, I can do anything because I've gone through all 4 years here at TSU trying to make something happen. And, at the end of that 4 years, something did happen. And through those 4 years, a lot of things happened. And that's because I set goals for myself and I went for them. And I just want everyone to just kind of set goals for yourself and go for them. Because what are you waiting for? Waiting for somebody's permission? Because a lot of people are scared. And that's cool. Be scared. But be scared and not following your dreams.
Right.
I mean, let's get real here, guys. What do you really want out of life?
Yeah.
What do you want at the end of these 4 years?
I mean, just to kind of piggyback on that, as far as me and my own personal thoughts, I think that I am somebody who's, wanting to be an inspiration to somebody else, like you stated before. I've always been like that. I've always wanted to be an example for other people, just because I feel like a lot of people don't have that example or don't have somebody to look up to or, have as an inspiration. Yeah, you can have people like LeBron or, these other...
Yeah, the classic role models.
Right. You can have all these classic role models. That's perfectly fine. But being on a realistic level, like just watching people around you and seeing how, they interact and, how they handle certain situations, I feel like that's something that a lot of people need, is just that seriousness. Because again, you can look at all these superstars, these celebrities and these, athletes and like, oh yeah, I want to be like him when I grow up, but you don't know what they're doing off the field, whether they're giving back or, whatever the case is. Like, again, it by all means have those as inspiration, but also have the realistic side of life as, I guess you could say, a backup plan, just to, put yourself in a situation to know what you're passionate about, knowing what, you love to do. What are your hobbies? Where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years? Stuff like that. I wouldn't want, somebody under me to go through life thinking like, oh, I'm about to just do whatever and just be happy. No, set yourself some goals. Hold yourself, not necessarily to a super high standard, but just hold yourself accountable for things that you're reaching for and things that, you've messed up on or things that you're trying to make better. Don't just sit around and settle and sit on your soapbox and be upset about things that didn't go your way or didn't happen when you wanted them to happen. Things will happen for you, just at a different time. We all running our own race at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
So you just have to be willing to accept the fact that your race is where it's at right now and everybody else is at where they're at.
And look, that was one of the biggest things that I've had to fight with internally since I've graduated high school.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's been so hard on me mentally, just thinking that I'm just so behind. I mean, I'll say I'm 26, and most people, when they graduate, they're like 21, 22.
Yeah.
So if you do the math, clearly there's some time that's missing there, and life happened. And so that life has put a lot of things into perspective for me that has made it to where I understand that whereas things didn't necessarily go my way then, I had to put in the work to change what the outcome was going to be. And so I didn't want to just keep being at home and just working normal part-time jobs. I felt like I really had to go into school with this vengeance to be amazing. Mm-hmm. And if I didn't do that, then it would all have been for nothing. And I would just go back to being that person that I was before. And that's probably been my biggest motivator, is just to never go back to the way it was before. Mm. And without that, I don't know if I would have ever made it to here. But at the same time, I'm really, really hard on myself, almost to a fault, if not already. And so that's probably one of the other things that is not that great. But that same drive or that same thing has made me want to be the best that I could possibly be. Right. And, that 5-year break, feeling like, oh my God, I'm falling so behind, it could have broken me and just made it to where, like, I guess I'm going to give up on life. But I decided that, no, I'm just going to be better, work 1,000 times harder than anyone else, and prove to myself that I'm as great as I think I am. And I'm getting there. I'm definitely getting there. So it's still a work in progress, but the fact that I was able to kind of break out of that and try and be better, and I still face some of those same thoughts of laziness, mm-hmm. of just procrastination, not wanting to do those things. Like, those things are still very much innately a part of me, but it's up to me to push through those things that I know are a part of my character. And so while I see myself doing certain things that are good, I also see myself doing the things that are going to put me right back to where I was. And so anytime that you're ever having these thoughts, just make sure that you push forward regardless.
Absolutely. 100% agree. I totally agree. I try to think of how I can jump on that.
I mean, you don't have to. We can really close it out there. I mean, I look, and we can give our final little closing of how we feel about everything. Just because, like, this episode, it feels kind of serious, but at the same time, life is kind of serious.
Yeah,
but
life
you have to enjoy it. And right now, at this age where we're young, and there's so much pressure on young people to try and just build, and become like multimillionaires and be the best people in existence. All that pressure is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it is important to always remember that, like, have fun and enjoy yourself as well. Like, do something that you love. Don't don't just do things just because you feel the pressure that you need to be doing something.
Right. Don't do something like you just said because you feel pressured. Do something that makes you happy. And if you're getting pressured into something that makes you happy, make the best of it if you're going to continue to do it. But if you feel like it's becoming too much, you don't have to do whatever it is. Just be passionate about the things that you love to do and what you enjoy having fun with at the end of the day. Because you come first at the end of the day.
Yes.
I don't care who you are. You have to put yourself first. Otherwise, you won't be as happy as you think you are. So,
and I know we've had a few different messages throughout this episode.
Yeah.
But one that I want to keep consistent is just to go for it.
Right.
Just do it. You know the Nike ads. Just do it.
Just
I know I'm wearing an Adidas shirt, but just do it.
We're not gonna talk about this.
Exactly.
You don't see the shirt. You don't see the shirt.
Just do it. So you guys get it. We have enjoyed our college experience. I definitely have, and I look forward to the next chapter of my life. I wish I could do this more, but actually I don't. So I'm ready. I'm very ready. I'm exhausted and I'm tired.
Yep.
So if we keeping it real,
hey, you gotta keep it real.
I'm tired.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm ready to go. So
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get out.
We're gonna see
Hey.
how this graduation go.
Mm-mm.
Hey, if you got a ticket, make sure you come out May 14th to graduation. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Come support.
Support.
I know all the people that are graduating this class, you know, we have a lot to offer the world. So be on the lookout for class of 2022. Because believe me, we are coming.
Yes.
And we are coming hard.
Full force.
Hard. So, thank you so much for listening to the last episode of season 1 of I Finally Made It. I really appreciate you guys so much for listening to this show, listening to our rants, being right there with us, getting inspired, listening to our words and taking them in, and just everything that you've given us and everything that the school has given us. We really just want to say thank you for everything.
Thank you.
So that's going to really do it for me. We're going to see you again next semester.
That is the goal. That is the plan. That is the plan.
And you know where you can find us at KTSU_2 on Instagram. And you know, you can listen to the show on the radio stream on Thursday. Obviously, this is the end of the semester, so you're not going to be hearing us for a while.
Yep.
You're not going to be hearing me anymore, but you're going to hear Mac Diesel again.
You know, I'll be here.
Back.
I'll be back.
He's going to be back.
I will be back.
And so I just really want to say thank you. I know I said it already, but just thank you again.
No, don't leave us. Why? I guess, you can leave. I guess.
What's your Instagram, man?
You can find me at Captain_Mac46. You can find me on my photography page at Max_View23. And then you can find me on Twitch at MacDiesel23. Diesel spelled DEEZLE23. So,
hey, when you click on there and you see somebody dancing, that's him. That's him. I know he don't look like it, but he be up. Hey,
I be jamming. You know what I'm saying?
He be getting it going. I be like, oh, so y'all real hyping this stream.
Hey, that's how we get down. You know what I'm saying?
If you want to keep up with me, and if you want to, ask me anything, or if you need to reach out to me, you can always contact me at Who's Ashley G on Instagram. And I'm open really to any questions. If you need anything or anything, guys. I know I keep saying anything, but anything. So I really appreciate it, being able to do this show and being able to close it out. All the faculty that have been involved, Professor Murray, Professor Val, everybody, Professor McBean, Steve, Mr. Bob. Everybody's been great. So thank you so much to the School of Communications and RTF department. I couldn't have made it to ESPN without you guys. So just thank you so much. Thank you. But that's going to do it for us, guys. This has been the final episode of I Finally Made It on KTSU2, The Voice. See ya.
Peace.